Alright, hello everybody, Astrongle here, and it's finally time to release Treasure Hunter Series Dimensions. Probably the biggest map I've made since size and puzzle wise. This map is full of puzzles to do. There's some simple ones, there's also some fairly difficult ones, and I think it turned out to be my best one yet. As always, I create my maps to function on both Java Edition and Windows 10 or Bedrock Edition, depending on what you call it, and the downloads for both of those are in the description. I'm also doing a straw poll for this map to judge both difficulty and time. Make sure to vote on that one. And then one more thing before we start, since this is a larger map, it might take a while to complete. So I recommend setting aside a chunk of time if you want to do this in one sitting. And one more update, I have a Discord channel now where I will be posting content updates, contests for prizes, and giveaways. The link for that will also be in the description. And make sure to pause this video or don't watch it if you plan on playing this map to make sure you don't have any spoilers or any hints if you want to go through this clean. And I think that's about all I had to say for now, so let's go ahead and get into this walkthrough. I forgot to mention one extra thing. I am doing this on Bedrock Edition, just so you know, so there are some subtle differences. Some of the puzzles they all function the same. One of the puzzles is slightly different. I don't want to give any spoilers about that one. The only thing you will notice is that some of the teleport sounds don't play, and that's because adding that stuff in and making that all work on Bedrock Edition would end up taking a few extra days of work, and I don't think it was really quite necessary. So just keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and start. We're going to be looking around here, and there's going to be a button right here we want to press. It's going to give you a bow and some arrows. All you're going to do is, if we look over here, there's going to be a sea lantern with a button on it. Go ahead and shoot that. And you notice the island's going to change slightly, and there's now another one. Let's go ahead and hit that one. The island changed again. Let's go ahead and hit this one. Alright, now we are actually in the map. Everything's teleported in, it's all shown up, and this is what the actual map looks like. So right away we're going to notice some differences. We have a sign here that says look for things out of place, match color to direction. Now what that basically means is we're going to be looking for signs here. So right up here there's a one on purple concrete that says backwards. There is I believe a red one, red concrete with a sign that says forwards. There's a light blue concrete right here that says right, and let me get up to this one. And there's a lime green one right here that says left. And what that basically means is if we come over to this corner, and we're looking around, we see a sign here that says take a leap of faith. We're going to basically jump off here, and now we've teleported onto one of these concrete blocks that was where we shot our arrows at. And what all those directions basically meant with forward, backwards, right, and left is we're basically going to be jumping off of these blocks wherever we teleport to in the direction that was specified by the color that the sign was on. So I think we were facing this way, so we're going to go ahead and jump left. We teleported here, we're going to go backwards. We're on the blue, blue was right, and red was forward. Alright, now we're at the top of the dimensional birdcage, and we're ready for the next puzzle. Okay, so for this next puzzle, we're just going to hit this button right here, and we're going to be teleported to this funky looking room. We're in another dimension, and we have this wall floating out here, and there's a bunch of different colors on this wall. There's red, purple, green, and blue. And if we look behind us, there are 4 different dimensions we can go through. This middle one here just takes us back to the beginning area, so let's go back here. And just to show you guys, so let's say we're going to this green room. If we hit one of these buttons, notice we have another blank board here. If we hit one of these buttons, it's going to show a pattern up on this blank board. We can go ahead and change it to whatever we want. And notice how the pattern has the green there, here, and here. If we go back to the main area, there is now green blocks in the exact same spaces as they were on in this world. So notice here we have those, and then here we have those. And our goal in this room is basically to make the patterns we get from these 4 rooms match the color of the glass that's on that wall. So if you look here, we actually have the wrong pattern set for the green room. So if you want to go ahead and pause the video right now and try this for yourself, go ahead now that I've explained the puzzle. If you're still having trouble, I'm just going to show the answers for this. So let's go ahead and go into that. For the lime green room, it's going to be the second button. The light blue room is going to be button number 3. That's good. Purple room is button number 2. And the red room is the first button. And notice how we hit that last button. We now have a title displaying. The bridges can now be activated. So all we're going to do is go back through this room, and this pattern is complete. Alright, now we're at the part of the puzzle where the puzzle you're going to be on is going to be a bit different, or possibly different than the puzzle I'm on. So the unique thing about this map is you can actually choose to go to whichever dimension you want to. So there's 4 puzzles. You can do them in any order you want. Now, yeah, there's parkour. I had to put a little bit of parkour into this. Can't have a puzzle map without parkour. So it's going to be really important. If you don't want any spoilers or hints at other puzzles, make sure to check in the description. I will have the timestamps for each puzzle, each specific dimension. Just match the color to the puzzle name, so I'll call it like purple dimension puzzle. Just go ahead and click on that in the timestamp. That's going to be in the description or in the comments section, and it'll take you right to that puzzle without any spoilers of the other ones. Alright, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the red dimension. So I'm just go ahead and do this puzzle. Let me do a spin for extra flair, and then I'm in here. Now there's going to be a whole bunch of rings all over the place. This is a pretty big room. There's also these patterns on the walls. This puzzle's not too bad. We're just going to go ahead and give ourselves night vision and a jump boost. And all you're basically doing in this room is, if you look at the tops of each of those patterns on the walls, you're just going to be jumping through those rings. So if you look right there, the topmost color is purple, and right above me is the purple ring. I'm going to jump through that, and it has now been switched to emerald blocks. This puzzle is fairly simple in that doing the wrong one, say like if I did the pink one in next, it's not going to reset it. So you can basically just jump around this map and just jump through all of the rings until each side has turned into fully emerald blocks. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up this part and show you guys me jumping through everything. And then I will get back to all of you. Alright, there we go. As you can see, we've just filled out all 4 sides. All of them are emerald blocks. And we had this lightning come down here. Whoa. And there's a chest here. There's going to be a key in it. Now make sure to take this and do not lose this. If you lose this, you won't be able to complete the map. And that goes with any of the other rooms. So make sure to hold on to this. In fact, let's go ahead. I'm going to put it in my inventory to make sure I don't accidentally throw it out, because that would be really sucky. And now I'm all the way back here in the middle. Now I can decide which one I want to do next. I think I am going to do this light blue one. That's unfortunate. So let me try that again. And do a spin for good measure. Alright, I'm in the blue dimension. I just want to say this is the puzzle that has the slight differences between Java and Bedrock Edition. On Java Edition, this puzzle doesn't have any change. This puzzle's moving at full speed. On Bedrock Edition, I tried to slow it down a little bit, but there wasn't a whole lot I could do. The best I could do is going to be where those two sea lanterns over there are, if you know what I'm talking about, where you have to jump on top of both of those. And there's going to be a line of light blue blocks that appear next to that black concrete over there. On Bedrock Edition, it's going to be spawning slower. That way you have a little bit more time to get through those jumps and turn around. On Java Edition, it is going to be moving at full speed, so it's going to be a little bit more challenging. But I just feel like I need to make it slightly easier because people on using a controller and on Mobile Edition are going to have a lot more trouble with this puzzle. So there's not a whole lot I can really say for how to solve this one. You're just gonna have to look around, and it's gonna take a few times to really get used to it and where the pathway is going. So you're gonna be jumping here, and then as you can see, I just failed. I'm gonna cut this out actually. Make sure also if you do fall off, you actually can't just press start again. It's not gonna work. You're gonna have to wait through it. But make sure while you're waiting, just watch it to see all of the little differences it's making. And the best way to work on this puzzle is to figure out where all of the twists and turns are and where all of the tricks are, and get used to them. That way you can immediately jump here and know that it's gonna spawn behind you. Go ahead and turn around. Next is going to be this little staircase, and then you'd want to jump straight down here as quick as possible because it's moving real fast. Another little staircase, and then it's going to spawn right here with the next line. Jump there, jump here, jump on this block, this sea lantern because there's a wall. Now jump across to these two sea lanterns, jump back on the pathway, and jump back on the island before this disappears, and you have completed this puzzle for the blue dimension. Now, how do we get back? Just jump off, and you're back over here, and you can come back through here. How do I get back if I don't like doing parkour? You can just jump off too. And we are back here. So I already have the red and blue keys. I'm gonna go with purple. So we're just gonna do the parkour again. Do another flip for good measure. Almost messed that one up. And we are now in the puzzle called Lights Out. So the way this puzzle works is there's going to be a whole bunch of lights here. The goal of this puzzle, here's the directions, is to make the entire 3x3 grid filled with sea lanterns. And that is how you complete this map. So the way Lights Out works is each button you press is actually going to invert all of the block itself, and then all of the adjacent blocks to the other color. So basically, if I press this button, for example, all the purple concrete next to it are going to turn into sea lanterns, and all of the purple concrete next to it and itself is going to turn into purple concrete. And so you're basically going to be using all these buttons to sort of move around the lights and try and get it all filled up with not purple concrete, with sea lanterns. And so you can go ahead and enter any combination in, and there's also a reset button if you just feel like you've done something wrong and you want a clean slate. You can do that too. Alright, so if you're still having trouble with this puzzle, here's the answer key. Go ahead and hit this reset button to reset everything back to what it was before. And what you're going to be doing is go ahead and hit this top middle button, top right button, this button, this one, and the bottom left one. And there we go, it's all sea lanterns, and we got the key. And we are good to go. We're done with this puzzle. And I don't want to do the parkour anymore, so I'm just going to jump off, and I'm back in the middle. And that leaves us with just one more puzzle. the lime dimension. Let's go ahead and parkour over here, do a spin, and we are here. Now, this is what I think the most difficult puzzle for this map is. It's called Nurikabe. Now, all of the rules are right here for you guys to read when you come in. Make sure to read these. These are all really important. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a visual for what some of the rules are, just in case you guys are having any problems with them still and understanding what exactly these mean. So the first one, all black cells must be connected to each other. This means that all black cells, no matter where they are in this entire grid, need to be connected to each other. You can't have something like this, for example. This black cell is not connected to the main group of black cells, and so that won't work. But this will work. Each numbered cell must be part of a white island of cells. So that means that's referring to these. So each numbered cell here needs to have a group of white cells around it, and needs to be connected to those. That means that you cannot have like white cells like this that aren't connected to any of these numbered cells. Each island must have the same number of white cells as the numbered cell. So right here, this says 4 on it. That means that we can only have 4 white cells connected to this, including the cell underneath that number. So that makes it 3. So for example, this is going to be 4 white cells, and that is good. You can't do something like this, for example, because that's going to be 5. And same thing, you can't do something like this because that's only 3, and that won't work. 2 islands of numbered cells can never connect. What this means is that you can't do something like, let's say this is 5 and this one is 3. You can't say connect these, have that count as 1, and then have like 3 more coming off of this. Any white cells connected to a numbered cell need to only be connected to 1 cell. And the last one is there cannot be any 2x2 blocks of black cells. So that means you can't have something like this. This is not allowed. It would need to look something more like this, for example. So you're just going to have to keep moving around the blocks in here until you have no 2x2 spots of black cells. And one extra trick I can give you guys before I give you guys the full answer and everything, in case you want to try this on your own, is that with sections like this, for example, you can't do something like this, because that violates one of the rules, because then you have a white cell connected to 2 numbered cells. So anytime you see something like this, they are automatically going to be black cells. And if you're having trouble and you just want to reset the map because you feel like you've completely messed up, go ahead and hit this reset button right here, and everything's going to be reset. All the blocks are going to be back in here for you, and you can go ahead and try again. And now if you want to go ahead and try this puzzle on your own with the information I've given you, go ahead and pause the video here. Alright, so if you're still having trouble with this puzzle with Nurikabe, here is the solution to this. So 6, that means we need 5 blocks connected to this main one. The correct solution is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we come down here to this 2, we're going to put a white cell right here. If we see this 3, we're going to do something called an elbow, so it's just going to be a little tiny L shape. We're going to go to this 3 right here, straight across, and it's just going to be 2 white cells. A 3 right here is just going to be 2 more white cells going across in a line. A 2 right here, which means we need 1. We're just going to put the white cell right here. A 4, we're going to go ahead and do an L shape. And then this last one, this 5, it's going to be 1 white cell here, 1 here, one there, and last one is right here. If you go ahead and look here, we have covered all of the white cells. Now all we need to do is just fill it all in with the black cells. And once we've done all of this, the lightning's going to go off, and we are going to get this dimensions key, which is also the last key. Well, for me it's going to be the last key. And the next section of the puzzle will start. As you can see, we've completed all puzzles, all keys have been recovered, and it wants us to head back to the top of the cage. Now I think it said a message. Yep, head back to the room that powers the dimensional bridge builder and find the secret button hidden in each dimension to open up the gateway to the treasure. So what that means is we're going to go back and use this button one more time. And now what changed is each of these little rooms here are now going to have a button hidden in them. We're just going to go ahead and look for each room, each button. Each room only has one button, so... Alright, so if you guys are still having problems with this puzzle, finding where the buttons are, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. So in this lime green room dimension, the button's going to be, we're going to jump here, and the button's right back here. If we jump into the blue dimension, the button is going to be right here. If we run across to the purple dimension, we're going to have to get creative a little bit. We're going to parkour right here, here, and here, and lo and behold, the button is right here. And the last one is going to be this red dimension, and the button is going to be right here. You're going to have to crouch to hit it. And as you can see, the treasure room has opened. And now we have this colorful little gateway here. The all black concrete one is now gone. And if we go through here, we're now in a different dimension. And we have this gate here. And this is where your keys come in. Hopefully you haven't lost any of them. If you do, you're going to have to restart the map, unfortunately. And we're just going to throw them into the one that corresponds with the sign. So this is green. Here's purple. And blue. And now the treasure has opened. And we're going to get some cool dimensional armor styled after each dimension we've been in. And that's going to do it for the map. And we're going to escape and... Alrighty, that's gonna do it for this map, Treasure Hunter Series Dimensions. I really hope you enjoyed this map. If you liked it, make sure to leave a comment. Make sure to tell me what you liked and didn't like about the map. That way I can make sure to use your guys' feedback for my next map. Make sure to subscribe. It really means a lot to me and helps the channel grow. And one extra thing about this map is I added a button that lets you, whoopsies, explore the map and see everything I've done with it. It puts you into creative, teleports you to the main area over here, and you can fly around and see everything I've done. If you have any issues with the map, find any bugs that you think that you notice that need to be fixed, make sure to also reach out and let me know. That way I can get it fixed as soon as possible. And I also have a Discord server now, so make sure to go ahead and join that. Invite link for that is going to be in the description. And I have another video coming out probably sometime tomorrow talking about my future maps and some more information about this channel. That's going to be it for today. I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.